Hello dear students. So we are discussing the classification of chlorides, and then in that we have discussed the two categories which is based on the physical state of dispersion phase and dispersion medium. And in the second case, depending upon the nature of interaction. So today we are going to discuss the third category for the classification, and it is based on the type of particle of dispersal phase. Dispersal phase. So depending on the type of particle of a dispersal phase, the chlorides are classified into three categories. One is called as, the first one is multi-molecular chlorides. So some of the substances, when dissolved into the solvent, or when we added into the solvent, when we mixed with dispersed phase with dispersion medium, what happens? The constant particle of dispersed phase, they may be atoms, ions, or molecules, small molecules. They get aggregate, they get associated with each other, they come together. Okay, and by combining together, they form a species which may contain number of particles of a dispersal phase. When such a multimolecular aggregate is formed, okay, multi-atomic or multi-ionic aggregate is formed, okay, that kind of chlorides are called as multimolecular chlorides. So what they mean is the molecules, or the particles of dispersal phase. Particle of dispersal phase forms an aggregate which contains many particles. Such a species is called multimolecular chloride. Second category, what we can say, that's macromolecular. So here your dispersal phase, they consist of large particles. So when the molecule of dispersal phase are larger in size, such chlorides are called as macromolecular chlorides. So for example, the solutions of starch, cellulose, protein, or synthetic molecules like polyurethane, nylon, polystyrene, synthetic rubber, they are called as macromolecular chlorides. So macromolecule, what it is? Solutions of macro molecules, and they are going to form a stable colloids. They are going to form stable colloids. So solution of starch, protein, cellulose, and synthetic materials like polythene, nylon, polystyrene, synthetic rubbers, they come under this category which is called as macromolecular colloids. And the third category which is called as associated colloids. Associated colloids. What is association? So some of the substances have a tendency to come close to each other. So likewise here what we are seeing the aggregate. Okay. So small particles they form the bigger species. Okay. And that is called a multi-molecular. Okay. Here in this case of associated colloids, the dispersed phase is nothing but the molecules. Okay, nothing but the molecules. But what is difference between multimolecular and associated? Okay, so in case of associated colloids, the substances at low concentration, forms a normal solution. But at higher concentration, the particles get associated and behave like a colloid. So what is the difference between multimolecular and associated? Multimolecular colloids, okay, whatever the concentration will be, they are going to act as a colloid. Whatever the concentration of the dispersed phase, they are going to act as a colloid. But in case of associated colloids, if the concentration of dispersed phase is low, then they are going to act as a normal solution. They are not going to form any colloid. But if we increase the concentration of dispersed phase, the particles from dispersed phase comes closer to each other, they get associate, and then they form a colloid. Okay, they form a colloid. Such colloids which are formed due to association the colloid which is formed by association of dispersed phase are called micelle. What it is? Micelle. So micelle is nothing but the association of dispersed phase. Okay, association of dispersed phase. And this association or this micelle may contain 100 or more than 100 particles of dispersed phase. Okay, particles of dispersed phase. So 100 or more than 100 particles, okay, come together with each other and form an aggregate, form an associated species, and that associated species is called as what? Micelle. So what is micelle? Okay, and how they are forming? So this micelle formation, the micelle is formed only above particular temperature. And that temperature is called as Kraft temperature, represented as pH. So associated colloid or micelle formation take place only above a particular temperature. So below that particular temperature or below the Kraft temperature, there is no formation of the micelle. There is no formation of micelle, and that's why that particular mixture is not acting as a colloid at all. At above this particular Kraft temperature, the particles are going to form a associate or a micelle. Okay, and that at that time that particular mixture is acting as a colloid, and the concentration, okay, at which this micelle formation take place, okay, the concentration at which the micelle formation take place, is called critical micelle concentration, CMC. Okay, CMC, critical micelle concentration. Above this concentration, only the association of a molecule takes place. Okay, below the concentration or below the CMC, the particles are not going to associate. Therefore, micelle formation is not there, and therefore the particular mixture is not acting as a colloid. And that's why what we require to form an associate colloid or to form a micelle, a particular temperature which is called as Kraft temperature. So the mixture will be at that temperature or above that temperature. And concentration, okay, another one important thing is concentration, okay, and above this CMC or at this particular critical concentration, only the micelle formation takes place, only the associate colloids will form. Okay, so this kind of colloids, okay, the associate colloids are nothing but what is its example? Its examples are soap and detergent. Okay, so soap and detergents are the examples of associated colloids or micelle. So what is micelle? We have understood. Okay, what is micelle? The colloid which is formed by association of dispersed phase is called as micelle, and this micelle formation takes place at a particular temperature and at a particular concentration. So micelle is nothing but association of large number of molecules. Association of large number of molecules at a particular temperature and concentration. Now, how this micelle take place? What is the mechanism of a formation of micelle? Okay, we will go for that point. Okay, so micelle formation takes place. For example, consider a soap. So soap, what do we know that? Soap is nothing but a sodium or potassium salts, sodium or potassium salts of hydrocarbons or fatty acids, sodium or potassium salts of fatty acids is called as soap, or we call it as a detergent. So detergents and soap are nothing but sodium or potassium salt of what? Higher fatty acids or fatty acids. Okay. So whenever we dissolve this soap, okay, or whenever we mix this soap with water, or whenever we mix a detergent with water, what will happen? Okay, and how the micelle will form. Okay, so this sodium salt of fatty acid, they are represented as RCOO and A. RCOO. So for example, we will take the sodium stearate. Okay, sodium stearate. Okay, what is this formula? The formula is CH3CH216 COONE. Okay, or we can write C17 H35 COONE. This is the formula. This is the formula. Now, whenever we consider a soap, what it means, whenever we dissolve the soap into water, what happens? This molecule dissociates at ROO minus or COO minus plus Na plus. Correct? Now this RCOO minus ion has two things. One, okay, for example, I have drawn the structure of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and this one is 17. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. So this is your sodium stearate. This is what? Sodium stearate. Okay, and in this sodium stearate, what we have? We have a COO minus group. This thing. Okay, and this COO minus group is attached to a chain of hydrocarbon. So what do we know about this? Okay, this is an ionic part. This is ionic part and this is hydrocarbon part. Okay, now what we know? This ionic part. Okay, this ionic part easily attracted by water. Okay, and why it is attracted? Because it is polar. polar in nature. So what we call it as, it is a polar part. Okay, and this hydrocarbon region, the chain of hydrocarbon, this is completely non-polar. There is no charge separation between these two carbon atoms, any two carbon atoms. So hydrocarbon part is non-polar. Non-polar. What we have learned? We have learned that like dissolve like dissolve like. Now, whenever we dissolve this sodium stearate into water, what happens? Water is polar in nature. Water is polar in nature. Only this ionic part, only this polar part get affected by water. While this hydrocarbon part or non-polar part is repelled by water. Okay, so this part, what we can say it as, this is hydrophobic part. This is hydrophobic part, and this is what? Hydrophilic part. Hydrophilic part, or what we can say that this is a tail, okay, and this is a head. This is head, and this is tail. So whenever we represent head and tail type of structure, so what this is ionic part, ionic head, and this is what? This is non-polar tail. Okay, so whenever we dissolve in the water, what will happen? Okay, so for example, consider this is our container, and in this container, what we have? We have water. Okay, now when we add a sodium stearate in this, okay, what will happen? Only this ionic part, which is hydrophilic in nature, okay, remain in the solution, and the hydrophobic part, okay, which is insoluble, okay, or which is hydrophobic in nature, which repels by water molecules, okay, remain outside the surface or on the surface, of water, and the hydrophilic part, ionic part, polar part of this sodium stearate remains at the surface. This is when, okay, this situation is there when the concentration of sodium stearate is not at CMC. When it reaches to CMC, when it reaches to critical micelle formation or critical micelle concentration, okay, and the temperature is cracked temperature, and these two conditions, these sodium stearate, what will happen? Okay, the molecules of sodium stearate get associate and they forms. Okay, now this is lower concentration. This situation is at lower concentration. Whenever the concentration is high, what will happen? This sodium stearate, okay, forms associate in which the hydrophobic tails of hydrocarbons remains close to one another, while the ionic part or the ionic tail of CO minus group, okay, CO minus group remain outside. So this forms a spherical structure. This forms a spherical structure, and in this spherical structure, this total this region is non-polar region. So non-polar region remain inside the sphere, while the polar or ionic head, okay, will come at the surface of sphere. This is called as what? This is called as micelle. Okay, now around this there is a water. Okay, and the non-polar hydrophobic part is inside this sphere. Inside this sphere. Okay, so this is the mechanism of the formation of micelle. Formation of micelle. So formation of micelle will take place at particular concentration, which is called as critical micelle concentration, and at particular temperature, which is called as trapped temperature. Okay, and micelle forms a spherical structure in which hydrophobic part is at a center and hydrophilic part, okay, or ionic part is on the surface. This is regarding the micelle formation. Okay, so later part we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.